In this Final Cut Pro tutorial, we're going to be learning about the color correction tool. So let's get started right away. Open up Final Cut and we'll start a new project. And let's import some files. And I'd like you to import, try to find some realistic files. And let's put those in the timeline. Just a little space there. We have 4 very diverse clips. And the challenge here is to make everything blend. We'll notice some, because of color temperatures of the light, the way the camera was adjusted. Any 2 clips done by different people, different cameras, different settings, different ambient light are going to come out a lot different. Our challenge here is to blend. We always want to make pictures look more or less, even if they're inside or outside or whatever, to look like they might go together, to look like they were done at the same shoot, at least. So using the color correction tool, we'll go to Effects. Make sure you have View, Channel Check. Oops. There we go. View, Channel Check, and we have everything turned on. This little check here means that it's in the realm of color for television to be seen, and also the white and black are within the spectrum of color. Notice here when we have the view, we've got that choice. Luma is the white, chroma is color, and you probably want to have both of those checked. So let's go to color corrector. It's a video filter. We have the color correction. I would suggest you drag this and drop it into favorites. Once it's in favorites, you always have it there because you should use it on every clip. And I'm not exaggerating here. I color correct everything even if to my eye it looks good. You just never know. You want to get the colors just right. So let's double click on that. We'll bring it up into the window. First thing we always do is hit the contrast. We want maximum dark and maximum light. Now, we notice here the light went up like this. If we bring that down, we can bring it back down into the spectrum. Now we'll choose something that we think should be white. So let's zero in the whitest thing we can find. And we'll take our white select tool, click on it once, bring it over to the shot, and something white, and click. Notice here it was put a little over to the orange away from the blue. Let's see what our shot looks like. And now we have the whites are white. And that will take everything else and line it up. The yellows won't be so yellow. The blues would be a better color blue. And that's our first color correction. So let's go to the next clip. Exactly the same thing. Make sure it's in our browser by double clicking. And we'll take our color corrector, double click on it, and hit the contrast, pull it down a little bit, find something white, and click on it, and there we go. You can also adjust the mids if you feel it needs to be darker or lighter, or whatever you want to do. You can do that. Saturation, more saturated, less saturated. Now we go back to the other clip. Not so saturated. This one tends to be a little saturated. So let's pull down saturation a little bit. And compare clips. And that way we'll have more or less the same look. Let's go to our next clip. Go through it again. Double click. Color corrector. By now you should have a feel of what the steps are. Okay. Step 1, contrast. Bring down the whites. Step 2, find something that you think would be white. And sometimes it's a little more difficult to find something white. In a shot like this, we'll assume that the pilot's shirt is white, around here somewhere. Let's get our, go there. Now this is usually going to exaggerate it. Let's go back and see what it looks like. And I usually back it up a little bit by just taking my cursor and pulling it back a little bit. And let's see how that ties in with everything else. And that's pretty good. Now it's a lot less blue, a lot more realistic. If you've got a shot like this and you still, looks like we have some problems up here as far as being within the spectrum, what you do is you go back to the same color corrector and choose broadcast safe, and that you can drop right on top, and that will always bring you into the spectrum. So our last shot, Let's try this one. Double clip. Pull in the color corrector. Auto contrast. Find something white. Back it up. Now this shot is a very nice dynamic shot. It's a little dark to blend in with everything else. So we just want to lighten it up slightly. So we take our mids, our grays, and we can just lighten that up. Usually when you start playing with the grays, you're going to also have to play with the saturation to make it blend in with the other shots. Desaturate a little bit more. So let's see what our shots look like. And boom. There we go. So render a new piece. And then you can save it. You can export QuickTime, medium, and don't forget to make a link from your web page.